larger national questions, foreign policy. But I want to ask you to begin by looking at this White House. You know, I sometimes feel we're all in just a rocking boat that's just, bouncing from wave to wave. We don't know from one day to the next, sometimes from 1 hour to the next, what the news is going to bring. And I can't remember a period like this. And I'll bet you'd say the same, Senator. So let me take something that's very much before us right now, which is whether Attorney General Sessions should continue in his role. We have this extraordinary series of public statements by the president denouncing his own Attorney General for failing to disclose that he might have to withdraw from oversight of the investigation. We have continuing leaks saying the president's considering a process that would lead to firing Special Counsel Robert Mueller, the prosecutor who's investigating this whole issue of what Russia did and what it might have involved. So let me just ask you to speak. You're one of the leaders, respected leaders in the Senate. Do you think that Attorney General Sessions should stay in his job? Let's start there. What do you think about that?
So look, I get some grief in the hallways for not. I mean, these are sort of political issues, if you will, and they come up 3 or 4 times a day, and if you responded to them, that's all you'd be responding to, and I try to stay more on the policy side of things. But look, I don't get any sense that the president is going to take steps to actually fire Sessions. I think they understand that's problematic, highly problematic. But I do think, it's evident that the president is making it difficult for Attorney General Sessions. So, look, I think that's something Jeff has got to decide. I know of no professional reason for Jeff to step down. I know of no professional. I've heard no one complain of how he's conducting himself in the office. I'll let Jeff himself speak to these issues. They obviously have a very, very, very close relationship. Okay, I mean, Jeff went down and spent 2 or 3 days at Mar-a-Lago on the front end of the campaign and got to know the president, was his first backer. Obviously, the president hasn't liked the way he's dealt with the Russia issues. But this is something that Attorney General Sessions can speak to himself. But I think I wish it would stop.
And because you're one of the Republican voices in the Congress that make a difference, I do want to ask you the other question of the moment that matters a lot to our country, and that is whether you think it would be appropriate for the president to seek to fire Special Counsel Mueller.
I cannot imagine a serious conversation taking place in the White House about firing Mueller. That would be a major mistake, major miscalculation. For that reason, I cannot believe there's a serious discussion taking place, and discussing it publicly is I hope and believe, an unnecessary waste of time.
Well,